When you learn to listen, you hear the message. That message goes directly into your own story, and you use knowledge in order to shift the story in a way that fit with everything that you know, with everything that you understand. And that will help you to break almost every single agreement that you had before. When you learn to listen, you can understand the story of the people who is talking to you, and you know exactly where these people is coming from, that you can understand exactly what they want to deliver. It doesn't mean that you agree or not agree. It's nothing to do with that. But once you understand where that person is coming from, then you have the answers for that, knowing that in that moment you are in their story. It has nothing to do with you. Then learn to listen is the goal that we really can compenetrate all the different stories, and you keep your own in your way. And we call that something that makes a difference in human relationship, that we know as respect. You respect their stories because they have the right to believe whatever they want to. It's okay. It's not about being right or wrong, good or bad. No, they have the right to develop the story whatever they want to. Then when you finally don't believe them, you don't believe yourself, you don't believe anybody else, you get that respect, that you no longer judge their stories, but you understand their stories. And you only will help them if they want help. And if you want to help them too, because they may ask, but if you don't want to help, you just don't help. And that will depend on circumstances.
What do you do with someone that you love that needs help and they don't want it?
Then I don't help. I respect. But I'm there. If they change their mind and they want the help, then I will help. And the way I help, I will give the tools for them to change whatever they want to change, because I really don't know exactly what they want to change and how they want to change.
You know, I've heard you say very similar things for a very long time, but being able to do what we're doing here has made me think about it in a new way. For instance, as you talked about telling your story, I just thought briefly about the story I was telling when I met you and the story I'm telling now.
Completely different.
The story I was telling when I met you was mess with me and I'll kill you. The story I'm telling now is I love. Not necessarily you, just
Yes.
that's what I do.
Yes,
know?
because you change already the main character of your story.
Right.
And you see magic happen. And magic happen because you shift.
That was the big magic. That was the big magic. Now, we've talked about magic before, and it's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about this morning. The first time I interviewed you, 6 years ago, you told me a story about a trip to Machu Picchu when you said to your apprentices, what would you guys think if it was a perfectly clear night? You could see for miles. I remember that story. And you brought the fog, or you announced the fog was coming, and it came. And then you were sitting there like you were inside a light bulb. And then you said, in 1 minute it will be clear, and the fog broke. Well, okay. Last year I was talking to Heather Ashamara, who was on that trip. And I said, were you on that trip when Don Miguel brought in the fog? And she said, yes, but that's not the most interesting thing he did on that trip. And I said, well, what was? And she said, we were standing in a lightning storm, and he would point, and the lightning would strike. And he would point over here, and the lightning would strike.
That's true.
And then you taught another guy to do it. To me, that's a flashier miracle than bringing the fog. But when we talked about it, and you said, and if you ask me how I did that, I have no idea.
I don't know.
But I bet you know how you did the lightning thing.
I don't.
You don't. You just decided to do it. What did you tell the guy that you taught to do it?
Well, first of all, you go beyond knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You have the awareness that you're part of this beautiful living being that we know as planet Earth. That humanity is just an organ of this planet Earth, as the atmosphere is another organ, as the forest is another organ, as the oceans are another organ of the planet Earth. And we all together have all that beautiful metabolism, because the Earth is alive, it's a living being. As being part of this organ which is humanity, I am the planet Earth. Just like every cell of your body is you, and have that contact with your brain, with your lungs, with everything, then what one cell do will affect the entire universe, which is your physical body. It's the same with our planet Earth. One human is just like a cell from the planet Earth. But I am the planet Earth. I am the atmosphere. I am the ocean. I am the forest. The story doesn't know that, because it has nothing to do with knowledge. You just are one with everything that exists. Then it's, without the knowledge, you just know it's going to happen. And that's it. But how? There's no word. And it's not really that important.
No. Well, that's the thing. It's the flashy stuff. It's the demonstration. But as you said, the real miracle is the transformation in the individual. The real miracle is the transformation from mess with me and I'll kill you to I love you.
Well, it's just the awareness of what we really are, because I'm completely aware that I am not this physical body. I live in this physical body, but I am not this physical body. I know that I create those stories, which is a virtual reality, but I am not a virtual reality. I give life to this virtual reality, and I live in this virtual reality. What I really am, I have no idea, and it's not important, because we can say that the biggest fear of my mind, which is knowledge, is the fear of the unknown. Well, I am the unknown.
Indeed.
Then knowledge is afraid of me, because knowledge is made by all those lies that will not survive my presence. Then it was long time ago when finally all those lies face the truth, and they accept the truth, they surrender to the truth, and now knowledge is the ones who obeys me. Before, knowledge used to control the attention.
Yes.
And knowledge used to have all the power over me, talking about attention, which is just a little piece of me.
Right. Your attention was on the things you
Yeah.
knew.
Then all the power was in knowledge, because when I learn every symbol, I agree with that symbol, and all the power of the faith went into that symbol. Then knowledge grow big and strong, and have the power to make decisions to the known, of course.
So knowledge is the box.
Well, it used to be the boss.
No, the box.
Yes, I know,
Oh, okay.
but used to be the boss.
Yes.
The one who made the decisions, until finally knowledge find the truth.